Good evening, friends. It's 8 o'clock on a Wednesday, I believe, and it has been a busy day. Uh, Thelma and I started the day going through some of our older, well, all of our canned goods that she's canned from the garden over the past 5 years, and decided it was time to start fresh. So we pulled them all upstairs and we proceeded to open them up. I did some of the twisty part and she did the prying of the lids, and if you've done canning you know what that's all about. And then she dumped them into a big trash can with a bag, a heavy bag. And then I hauled them off the dump. 62 jars of old beans and squash and tomato sauce and pickles and things like that it's like, yeah, we need to start fresh. So, and then she proceeded to wash all those jars and the rings. We threw the lids away, but you can't use those. You're not supposed to use them more than once. And anyway, so she's done all that hard work. Meanwhile, after I went to the dump with that big bag of stuff and some big chunks of cardboard from boxes that we were getting rid of, I made one little partial dump run today. I headed for the junkyard, our local junkyard in Oxford, just over the town line in Oxford, a little ways, to see if I could find there's a piece of plastic molding on her Jeep that got broken at one of our mechanics, and it can't be fixed. I tried to fix it with rivets the other day and it looks awful, but anyway, it doesn't flap in the wind now. But I found it. I had to actually go out in the junkyard and find one. He told me where I could find some Jeep Liberties, and I found one, and so he took it off and called me back when he had it, and I went up and picked that up. Um, Yesterday morning, I was in Auburn at 8 o'clock, which is usually about the time I'm having breakfast, to have our favorite auto body man look at Thelma's Jeep, and it needs new rocker panels. So he's going to do that, probably about $300 to replace both rocker panels. And so I'm going to have him replace this piece of plastic molding at the same time. Hopefully it's got enough left to it so it will go on. I've got to see if I can find some clips to it. So anyway, then I came home, and my Jeep, my 2004 Grand Cherokee, has had intermittent window. It's all electric windows. Intermittent on the passenger side. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Well, when we went to Tabor's last night, it went down. And so I thought, well, it'll go back up. No, it didn't go back up. And it still hasn't gone back up. So we had another 2003 Grand Cherokee that our son has been had at his house. He wants to save the engine out of it because he has a Jeep Wrangler, and it uses the same engine, and he'd like to keep the engine just in case. It's one of the straight six engines that are really good engines for an old Jeep. So he's got the thing down there. So he had pulled I had been told at the garage that it's probably the control panel on the driver's door that needs to be replaced. So he took the one off from that Jeep down there. So I thought, okay, well, it's 90 some odd degrees out there. So I found some shade to park the car in, and I started tearing the door apart, which I've done this before because I had to replace the window lifting mechanism some years ago. So I've been there, done that. So I tore into that, got the old unit out, put the new unit in after I found it. I forgot where I put it, found it, put it back in, wired it in, and it's still not working. So it's like, okay, this is not the problem. But I put the new unit in anyway. They're probably both good. But now it's another problem. Probably it's the ground wire in the passenger's front door. I'm hoping that's it. I've had to replace the ground wire or repair the ground wire in the driver's door, and when I did that, I could see that it had been done 2 other times before I fixed it. So that is a weak point in those Jeeps. I don't think that's the problem, because when that goes, nothing works. And the driver's side works in this car. It's the passenger side that doesn't work. And the locks, well, the tailgate lock and all that. So I've just hung trash bag over the window in case it rains tonight. It talked about possible showers tonight, so I'll keep most of the rain out of it. Anyway, what else have we done? So it's been a car day. Talk to you later, folks. Have a good evening.